Incredible Hulk here, and today we are playing Astroneers. I'm going to get into the base building. The first video that I made, I showed you landing on the surface using tethers to get from place to place to gather resources, the importance of the inventory. But now we're going to get into base building. And as you can see, as I walk around in circles around my landing pod, there's this little eyeball looking thing that is following me around. And it says if I click on it, it'll extend it. So I decide where I want it to go, and then I will click on it to extend it. If you notice, there's a little hose that comes out and it looks like there's a little platform. Well, that's your first node, your first expansion node. I'm going to flatten this area a little bit because I like flat bases, as flat as possible. Don't like them going up and looking all funky and wonky. But at least it's not hilly, so we'll go ahead and we'll just get started. So you can see it says resin. Well, we gathered a whole bunch of resin. I have 5 resin right now, right here. So I'm going to put my first resin down, and it will expand it out, and it will produce kind of a pivot point. Like, I can either use this to expand it into an actual module, or I can continue to build off of it to continue to expand, which is what I'm going to do just one more time. Okay, so now I have 2 of those little modules. And if you notice, once I attached a second one to this, it no longer says resin on top of it up here. Well, that's because I can no longer upgrade this into a module. It can only be used as a flex point. And I can still expand this one because it's at the tip, it's at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to expand this one more. I should have 2 more resin left, and I'm going to turn this one into a module. Boop. And we have a module. And as you can see, I can build either a printer, a research, a smelter, or a vehicle bay. Those are the 4 basics that you're able to get to from the beginning. The rest of them you have to research out. I always recommend that the first thing you build is either a research or a smelter, because those are the only 2 that you really should build at first, because they only need compound to build them. The smelter is kind of a little bit more important because you can go gather the iron, or not the iron ore, but the aluminum ore and the copper ore, and use the smelter to turn it into those elements, those ingots. So I usually build smelter and then research. And if you notice, there's still not really a whole bunch of power production. Well, the reason why is because you have the printer. And with the printer, you can build base upgrades. Like, these are backpack upgrades. This is equipment that your backpack uses. And this build menu will let you build the smaller items for your backpack. Well, the printer will make them for the base. It'll be bigger for the base size. Like, these use one slot, and the ones that are built for the base will use 2 slots. So when I go to put a base solar panel here, it'll use that whole area instead of being able to put 2 different things in there. Anyway, you hear that? Do you see that? That is a windstorm, dust storm, whatever you want to call it. And they're not good. There's not a whole lot of fauna that can kill you. There's a bunch of flora that can hurt you, but there is no fauna. Fauna being animals and creatures, flora being plants. But this is one of the roaming enemies, basically. You see those? There you go. There's the tumbling bricks. Those tumbling bricks will kill you. They will kill you dead. And the flora that can kill you is in caves. It spits acid and stuff at you. You just gotta wait for it. But this is what sucks, is you have to just wait it out. I mean, you can either go inside of your shelter, or you can go inside of a vehicle if you build vehicles, or you can actually dig underground and go underground, which we'll show you later. But as you can see, it's purple right now. Once you hear the wind die down a little bit, the colors will change. It's safe to get out. It'll still be a little windy, and your guy will like block his face and walk really slowly, like, see? Colors changed, and he's still walking slowly, but the dangerous part of the windstorm is over. So I'm going to go ahead and come out here and start gathering more of this resin so I can expand the base a little bit more. And that's really kind of it to base building. I like to space my bases out. Some people that I played with, they like to really cluster theirs together. That way they don't have to travel that far to get things. Because there's, like, right now I have to run out and gather resources. Well, there's a trick, not really a trick, but there's some modules that you can build after you research them. It's the fuel condenser and the trade platform. And what the trade platform does is it lets you take any of the resources that you gather, and it lets you trade them into the space station, basically. And sometimes it's a one-for-one swap. Sometimes it depends on the value of the traded commodity that you're trading with and trading for. And I will show you all of that when I get to that point. And it basically makes it to where you don't have to run out and gather a bunch of resources, because the fuel condenser takes power and turns it into hydrazine. Hydrazine is jet fuel in this game. Even though hydrogen is a power fuel, I guess it is. In real life, we do use hydrazine as for emergency, like aircraft. Some aircraft have emergency power that's fueled by hydrazine, because that's a big deal for F-16s, since they have a emergency power EPU system that operates off of hydrazine. And they have hydrazine response people because hydrazine's highly toxic. It can kill you. I'm gonna go ahead and expand my base. I like to expand my base in a straight line like this, and then what I'll do is I'll put the... Do I have 3 or do I have 2? I have 2. That sucks. I'll put all of the modules, expansion modules, on both sides of it. So, like, I have... This is going to be my smelter, and I'll build my printer here. That way I can smelt the stuff that I need, and I can put it on the printer. And I will build the research module here. This will be the research module. And then I will build the vehicle bay here. And the reason why I build the vehicle bay here... Now I build 2 vehicle bays. One vehicle bay is for my land vehicles, my rovers and stuff. My other vehicle bay will be for my starships and my landing modules, landers, my shuttles. That's what it's called, space shuttle. Yeah, spaceships and space shuttles. The spaceships basically it's a larger version of the shuttles, and the shuttles you can only put like a 1-seater or a 3-seater on there. You really can't put a bunch of gear down on it. Whereas with the spaceship, you can build a storage rack, and you can put a bunch of stuff on it, as well as your cockpit, and then you can take off and land in different areas of the planet that you're on, or you can go to the next planet. But I haven't really I've gotten to going to other places on the same planet. I have not left the orbit and gone to a different planet yet. I just keep restarting because some of my stuff will get all glitched out and I'll get upset. You'll see. You will see, because it's going to happen. This game is very buggy. And I will get frustrated. And you will see the bugs. But, like I said, it is still in pre-alpha. It's kind of a time killer, and that's basically it right now. As you can see, as I'm digging around for more, even though I know they're probably all gone, that the tether point to me has got this yellow lines that are leading into me. That's because the base is feeding me power to keep me going. So I'm holding down control so I can do the fill-in feature. That way I can fill in this hole, and it's not really filling it in as it is covering it up. Like, I'm not really filling it from the bottom, but I'm building a bridge basically just to cover the hole so that when I do get vehicles and I'm driving around in my vehicles, I don't just by chance drive into this hole and get stuck. Because it does happen a lot more than I like to admit. We'll kind of round it off a little bit. So we're basically making a giant molehill. Alright. Now we need more resin. Need more resin. Which is what the beacon is going to come in handy for. Because when I need to find something and it's not readily available, I just kind of run out. And run around in tight circles around the base. Oh, there's some right there. So I'll run out to it. I'll throw my beacon down. And then I will run back to base. And that way I can tether. I'll tether to it. So I can get more resin and I can expand the base more. But anyway, so that's the basics of base building. I'll get more into showing you exactly how I have my base set up and gathering resources and running out and throwing a beacon. Because as you can see, there's the beacon. So now I can go collect all of my tethers and then tether from my base to that resin out there. That way I stay alive and not die. But anyway, this has been Incredible Hulk playing Astroneers. I will, if you would like to like the video, follow me, like, subscribe, check me out on Twitch, check me out on Twitter, Facebook. Anyway, thank you. Have a nice day.